The threat AI poses to entry-level jobs is shaking the foundation of young people's career prospects. And this is the shock many aren't ready for yet. This spring, leaders in the tech industry raised urgent warnings that artificial intelligence is starting to make many entry-level office roles obsolete, positions historically seen as crucial stepping stones for learning important skills and building professional networks. Headlines soon followed, predicting AI could shatter the very bottom rung of the career ladder. Careers in fields like software development, typically viewed as white-collar strongholds, might be among the first to feel this disruption, especially impacting younger workers just beginning their journeys in the workforce. Some experts even argue that as this wave continues, lower-wage service jobs could bear the brunt of AI's impact, suffering the harshest consequences over time. But here's where it gets controversial. While some see wholesale job losses, other analysts suggest that companies might lean more toward retraining their workforce rather than resorting to layoffs, using AI as a tool to enhance rather than replace human efforts. This means AI could act more as an assistant, boosting productivity than a full substitute for employees. Regardless of how AI reshapes the job market, whether it eradicates, transforms, or supports roles, young Americans are already navigating a landscape filled with uncertainty. Making crucial decisions about education and career paths has become even more daunting. The reality is that those with stronger networks and access to information will likely have an edge, potentially widening existing inequalities just when traditional entry-level jobs and opportunities to gain experience are becoming scarcer. To unpack these challenges, we interviewed 21 innovators working at state and local levels within workforce agencies, community colleges, and training organizations. These leaders shared how they're collaborating across programs to create clear, accessible career pathways for youth. In June, their insights were brought together in a report titled A Blueprint for Developing Economic Opportunity for All Youth, published by the American Institutes for Research. What we found is that alongside the pressures AI introduces, these leaders feel the weight of federal budget cuts, pushing them to maximize limited and often fragmented resources to support young people. This task will only grow more urgent as AI continues to disrupt the labor market. The benefits AI may bring will likely be unevenly shared, and the anxiety surrounding these unknowns is already shaping how young individuals view their futures. Now, more than ever, fundamental career supports remain essential for youth success. Our discussions revealed that despite the hype around AI's impact, the core obstacles young people face are long-standing ones, such as unequal access to career information and insufficient early opportunities for hands-on work experience. These barriers, made more pressing by AI-induced uncertainty, have not suddenly appeared, but require urgent attention nonetheless. Although no single solution guarantees upward mobility for young people, there are proven strategies to make skill development more resilient in a future where AI and humans work side by side. What stands out across programs is that whether jobs disappear or adapt, youth still fundamentally need rich support systems that provide a comprehensive range of services including technical training, essential life skills, career guidance, help meeting basic needs, and personalized mentorship. Hands-on learning opportunities like apprenticeships and internships that embed young people in real workplaces as early as middle or high school, connecting them with mentors and peer networks that build lasting social capital. Human-centered navigation, meaning personalized guidance from real people who help navigate the often fragmented landscape of education, social services, and job opportunities, something that AI cannot replace. And finally, collaborative ecosystems where organizations work together across sectors, share resources, align funding, and center youth needs rather than compete in silos. For instance, Perscolas, an organization offering tech career training, emphasizes that technical skills alone aren't enough. They provide coaching, work readiness training, social capital connections, and support for barriers like transportation and childcare. This holistic approach helps youth rebuild confidence and overcome feelings of inadequacy, especially important for young adults aged 16 to 24 facing setbacks. In Charleston, South Carolina, a pioneering partnership involving employers, Trident Technical College, and several high schools, has created one of the nation's first regional youth apprenticeship programs. Since 2014, this initiative has offered paid, hands-on learning and mentoring, scholarships for related coursework, college credits, and official certification from the U.S. Department of Labor, giving young apprentices a solid foundation for their careers. Meanwhile, in Denver, a network modeled as a mountain climbing metaphor organizes specialized roles. Nichers solve particular problems, negotiators deal with systemic policies, and navigators personalize guidance to individuals. Navigators are the rarest resource, yet crucial for sustained economic mobility, offering support over many years tailored to each young person's unique situation. Austin, Texas took a different approach by forming an infrastructure academy, where various city and regional leaders unified efforts. They adopted a follow-the-person funding strategy that directs resources based on the individual's needs rather than predefined programs. They found that starting paid work-based learning early and combining it with individualized support services such as childcare were key to helping youth progress. What should funders and policymakers take away from all this? Instead of chasing the elusive goal of forecasting AI's exact job market effects or launching countless pilot programs, they should prioritize strengthening system-wide, demand-driven, and enduring supports at the ecosystem level. This means investing strategically across networks rather than isolated programs, addressing navigation challenges throughout the school-to-career transition, connecting innovators focusing on workforce development with those managing digital transformation initiatives, and building capacity through training, continuous learning, peer networking, and backbone organizations. AI will undoubtedly keep changing the world of work, but the best response isn't waiting passively for the future to arrive. The trailblazers we spoke with are proactively constructing adaptive, human-centered systems designed to prepare young people for uncertainty itself, equipping them with the right information, skills, relationships, and resilience to thrive no matter what unfolds next. One local leader perfectly summarized this approach by urging a shift from individual operator silos towards sophisticated regional ecosystems that center youth needs. In a time dominated by AI anxiety, our efforts must move beyond inflexible, isolated solutions and embrace collaboration and adaptability. State and local authorities are showing the way forward. We just need to fuel their momentum. So what do you think? Are these ecosystem models the answer, or should we be focusing more on innovation through new tech-driven programs? Could AI truly replace the vital early career experiences young people rely on? Or is retraining and augmentation a more realistic path? Share your thoughts. This conversation is just getting started. The Brookings Institution remains committed to producing independent, impactful research to inform these critical issues, supported by a wide range of funders, but representing solely the views of its authors.